Welcome back, everybody. We are joined by special guest Professor Throt.
Yes, I'm
Well,
glad you asked that.
yeah,
How's it going?
you look good in glasses. So that's
Yeah. When the laptop is 12 inches from my face, I have to wear these glasses. What can I do about this?
I
I
don't know.
can
There's
move
apparently an
it.
earthquake over in the the
Yeah.
in the Boston area,
And
so you were back closer to the water bodies.
if you can imagine a storm system that is like just a vertical shaft over the East Coast, like a north-south kind of a thing with no real width to it. We drove with it the first 3 hours or 2.5 hours of yesterday's trip, and then we finally outlasted it and got out into semi-clear weather. And then, of course, it hit us as soon as we arrived too. So that was kind of fun, and by fun I mean terrible.
Yeah, you made it safe. That's the
Yep,
you made it. I think is the important thing.
made it. Yeah, there you go.
Things that
Made
have
it.
also made it. Edge is now, I guess, if you've as long as you've downloaded the update, has fully deployed across the entire Microsoft ecosystem and is now available on the Xbox. If you've been holding out for that.
Yeah, I haven't looked at this store yet, so I don't. I think it's just broadly available, right? It's in
Yeah.
the September update for Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not home. I won't be able to look at this until next week, and then I'll launch it once and never use it again because my Xbox is a game console, and why would I need a web browser?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's fine.
Yeah. So that's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure somebody's happy about
Track
this.
your iPhone yet? Are you on FedEx.com or whatever?
It's coming UPS, which I think is probably an improvement. But we'll find out. It says to 7 p.m. So that's
I mean, in my neighborhood, that would mean 6:38 p.m.
right, which has me a little nervous.
Right.
Although it was loaded onto the truck this morning, according to their
Yeah,
website.
but
Like,
you know what, dude? I don't mean to put this into your head. I mean, this is a big day for deliveries, right?
yep.
So maybe they're going to be busy. But I have had many experiences where this thing is out for delivery and then never arrives, and they're like, "Oh, the delivery time changed," and they cite some baloney reason. And
Why would you hurt me like that?
I know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put that.
No, I know.
In,
What happened with the iPhone case? It was supposed to arrive on a Thursday or Wednesday, I can't remember. And it says by 7 p.m. and then it showed up the next day. So whatever. Um,
it will probably be fine. I mean, it's there. This is the only thing being delivered today, so
Probably.
you know. So, and I'm sure Apple gets preferential treatment from their shippers. So,
We'll find out. I'm sure it'll make my life better. I'm sure it'll lower my mortgage payment and increase my energy bills or something like that.
if you could open a UPS truck and just look at what's in there, it probably looks like the back of an Apple store today. It's all little boxes, like all identical.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to hijack a FedEx truck or a UPS
This
truck
would be
in
the
this,
day.
like,
Yep.
this is not a bad day to do it. Like, this is,
Well, other than the fact that none of these things are stealable,
yeah.
you know, I mean, every single one of them would be traced back.
I guess maybe wait until Mac and iPad day might be a little better. Maybe.
You know, if you're, I don't know why we're giving advice to thieves here, but
Yeah.
yes, I guess if you're in that line of work, they probably know more about it than we do.
I was, yeah. To all the criminals,
We have some ideas that we think could help.
yeah.
Nice.
Minecraft Dungeons also available on, it's on Steam now, I believe, is the big deal here, which is par for the course now anymore. It goes to console, goes to Steam. Sony's doing it too, so
Cross-play, cross-progress, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it's all good.
yeah. Not a really whole lot else has happened. Microsoft sort of cleared the deck for their Surface event this week.
Well, here's a little thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess last night, I when I arrived here, it was probably six something, and I looked at the world, and there was nothing going on. And this morning, when I got up, I saw a story that Microsoft had released Windows 11 to release preview, and I
Oh,
thought,
that's
well,
right.
that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to blogs.windows.com, looked at the insider list, and sure enough, the newest blog post says Windows 10 build whatever heads to release preview. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on here? So I looked at it, and yeah, if your device is not available or not eligible for Windows 10, and you're in Windows 11, sorry, and you're in the release preview, you would have gotten a new build of Windows 10 last night.
Hmm.
Okay, but if you go back to the blog post they released last week for the beta channel guys, that build has been pushed to release preview for machines that are eligible for Windows 11. And instead of making a post about that major new milestone, they just put a little blurb at the top so no one would ever be alerted to the fact that this even happened. I highlight how dumb this is every time they do it. Nobody's listening. Nobody cares. But just so people understand how RSS works, you can change a blog post all you want. No one's getting alerted about it.
Yeah.
You have to release a new post. And I'll just say, for this particular milestone, this one's important enough that it warranted a blog post of its own. It could have been one paragraph, but it needed to go out so people knew it was happening. And this is, I don't understand I mean, I don't understand why they do this at all, but I don't understand why it keeps happening. So this is big news. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
have police candidate and RTM and blah, blah, blah,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. We are what, six? We're like less than 2 weeks. We're like 2 weeks away from this thing.
It's October. Is it 2 weeks from next week? Or a
Some
week?
Tuesday, something
Oh,
like that.
I would tell you, but the calendar will not open.
Exactly the same thing. So I know it's like literally collapsed on this thing. It is less than 2 weeks from now. It is 10 days from now, 10,
Yeah.
11 days. I don't know, guys. Maybe call out the major milestones.
Celebrate
You know?
them even?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think this is a big deal. But of course, who am I? I'm an idiot. I like Windows too much, I guess. Why? I don't understand why they don't make a deal of this. Anyway, good morning, everybody.
Yeah. How is Boston? You drive to Massachusetts and
Well, I'm going to my favorite sushi restaurant today after I drive all over Hell's Half Acre. Early in my marriage, the biggest fight I ever got into with my wife, and actually to this day, it's still the biggest fight I ever got in with my wife, was about driving and on holidays and having to see everybody and
mm-hmm.
blah, blah, blah. It was Christmas. It was our first Christmas together. My wife's parents lived an hour south of us. My grandmother's house was an hour north of where we lived. So hour south.
Yep.
Her mother purposefully kept us there too long, and then a 2-hour drive to this other thing. And I yelled at her until I couldn't talk. I lost my voice. I was so mad. And from that day forward, we decided we'd never do that again, and we split holidays, and that's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the pandemic, we haven't been here. This is the second time this year we've been here, so it's the second time in 2 years we've been here. And we used to come at least once a quarter. We often came one or the other, but we're splitting our time around, and I have to drive her an hour to her parents to get their car so she can borrow it to go see her friends. And blah, blah, blah. It's like, so it's the same. We haven't gotten in an argument about it. There's no fighting. We're like a much older and more mature now, but it's still like that kind of hectic, stupid thing I don't want to be doing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of family stuff going on too, which is, I'm not going to bore anyone with that, but it's just, this is not the way to, this is not. So it's like 6.5 hours in the car yesterday, and now I'm going to be driving like 2 hours this morning. And I know it's not a big deal. It's not like I'm driving cross country, but it's just not how I want to be spending my day.
Yeah. How long are you in the state or in the region?
So we usually leave Thursday, come home Sunday. This time we're going to come home Monday, specifically because we want to spend a little more time with some people. We just, there's not enough time. So I'll be here. I'll do the show from this terrible location on Monday morning before we leave, and then I'll be home Monday. So.
Well, there you go. Well,
sorry for this.
It looks like a teenage bedroom, sort of.
Yeah, it's like it would be an extra bedroom in the basement, because my friend who I'm staying with is working from home now, like the rest of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
He's turned it into a home office, and now there's that horrible looking. I guess it's over here. Is like a portable air conditioner of some kind, which, if you ever flew in a plane and were in the engine, it would sound like that.
Yes, but much like being on a plane, you're happy when you have it.
That's a good point. Yeah, fair enough.
So, anyways, well, everybody will be back Monday as long as Paul doesn't get sucked into the intake.
Enjoy your iPhone with its
if it arrives.